Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. Sadly, some of my footage didn't turn out. I mustn't have pushed record properly or something like that, but anyway, I missed out the part where I put it all back together and looked at it working from the front, like about here, where I could actually hear the actual, difference in the sound. So I missed that part. Basically, to cut a long story short, I put the timing chain in, turned it on. I could see as soon as it built up pressure, all the noise went away and it started sounding like a normal kind of diesel engine. One thing I did forget to do is I forgot to put the oil sensor in on the side. I put the pressure tester on it and I forgot to hook it up, so as soon as we turned it on, I had oil coming out there, went all over the ground. Doesn't matter, cleaned it up. I did another pressure test and took a reading on that, and it looks like we've got pressure just the same as we did before. I think actually a little bit more, so that's fine. I got the battery to charge up. It's now got a little bit of a green tinge to it, so I'm happy with that. My silicon job could be a little bit better, but I did get silicon behind it and it looks like a pretty neat and tidy job. So that's, I can't show you because I've got the whole front end on. I did the bleeding of the radiator, all that sort of stuff, put all the oil back in. All the belts, they're all back on, they're all tensioned up. It's pretty hard to see down there. It was easy to see when I had the front off. But anyway, I did a test which I'll play after this. That is after allowing it to cool for 24 hours. See, what was happening is the timing chain tensioners that live down there, when the oil was seeping out or so, they would go back and then the oil will come back and it'd spring out, and then it'd take about a few minutes for it to start sounding normal. Now, when you turn it on, it just sounds normal. So obviously those time chain tensioners are holding pressure or doing better than they were before to bring the oil to where it needs to be straight away. So to cut a long story short, after being told to get another motor, it comes down to a oil pump and a timing chain to make this sound better. I still do have some other little issues with this motor, don't get me wrong. I've got to replace an injector seal. But at least I didn't have to spend $6 on a second-hand motor and another couple of grand to install it just to have some other problems from some other vehicle. Because at 250,000 Ks, this type of motor is a grenade. You're driving a grenade. So we thought it was better to either buy a new car or put a whole new motor into it. And the only thing was in budget was sort of a Reco. So at least now I kind of got it working a little bit better. I'm going to get it tuned next because it's blowing a little bit of black smoke, a bit too much black smoke for my liking. Next time I'm going to probably swap out the diesel filter down there, because I don't think my mechanic's ever done that or suggested to do it or whatever. So I think I'm going to swap that out too. I'm going to do the injector, swap that out, give it a liquid chemical clean, change the oil a few times, run some injector cleaner through the fuel system, and hopefully it should be good then for a bit of time until the next oil change. Alright, so let me just give you a listen to how it sounds now. Yep. Yep. Okay, so that was 3 starts, revving it from 1,000 up to about 3,000. It sounds good. Sounds like a motor should. Sounds powerful. Sounds solid. I can't hear anything rattling too much or anything which would make me think that it's got any issues. It sounds like a good normal diesel motor. So all in all, happy it worked out that way. Learned a bit along the way, and yeah, at least it's a problem fixed. Can't worry about spilt milk, or that you know, money was spent, or that the reconditioning guys ripped me off completely and can't recondition a motor to save themselves. Don't even know what the word means. Literally, they literally don't know what the word reconditioned motor means. Either they do know, or they're just ripping people off, and I think it's probably the latter. The only good person I spoke to at that reconditioning place was the guy who gave me the tech support and the photos. I wish he was actually rebuilding the motor, because I think they've got a whole heap of monkeys working downstairs, and the monkeys are just absolutely making a mess of it. Yeah, they've got good intentions, but if this is your product coming out, I mean, that's almost at the stage where somebody could take you to court and do a class action. You know, having engines come out like that. You know, there's a big debate. Was the chain on there? Was it not on there? Was it up to the mechanic to replace that timing chain? Who knows? Who knows? But so far, we've got the internal oil pump, and we've got the timing chain. So far, everything else was replaced. Literally, EGR system, EGR pipe at the back, turbo, alternator, air compressor, pulley belt, pulleys, water pump, all the filters should have been replaced, all of them, all the injectors, everything I've pretty much replaced. Not myself, but that's what, you know, I was paying for. That's why the bill was what it was. So, all right, leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching. Alright, so it's the morning, the day after. I've put it all back together. Moment of truth. We're going to have a look and see if there's any oil leaks. No, it looks alright. A couple of discoloration spots on the ground, but they're most likely from all the oil that was on it. So back in. So I think what was happening is they weren't maintaining oil pressure. So now it's cold, and we're going to see what type of noises it makes from the start. And if it sounds good from the start, I think we're good. Here we go. Ah, perfect. That sounds perfect. So the timing chain wasn't rattling. It wasn't sounding like it was going to, you know, smashing around. Before, when I would start it on a cold motor, you'd hear all sorts of noises like valve. You know, it sounded like the valves were loose. It sounded absolutely terrible. But now you hear it, it sounds awesome. So I think we've got ourselves a success. All right, thanks for watching.